Let's get insights from Dr. Dennis Coronacion of USC Department of Political Science. Good morning, Doc. Once again, thank you for joining us. Doc, audio.
Yes, hi. Good morning, Sir Diego and Ma'am Marymon. Good morning.
Alam mo, Doc, every time na nag-uusap tayo, no, may bagong nangyayari, no? Ang daming movements. Kasi 2028, sinabi mo sa akin yan, Doc, it's the lame duck season, so ang daming movement. Ngayon, ang tanong ko dito sa iyo, Doc, anong basa mo dito sa, aborted, supposedly, na aborted Senate coup by trying to unseat SP Soto? Why are they trying to do this at this point?
Yeah, but there was another attempt to unseat Senate President Tito Soto, who has just been in that position for I think a few months pa lang pero considering yung timing kasi parang mukhang ginawa nila ito, number one, because they probably saw the minority group, so that Senator Lauren Legarda is going through something because of her child, itong si Congressman
Yes.
Levitin. Yeah. Tapos pangalawa, inaasahan nila na aakyat from the House once the impeachment complaint is filed against the Vice President. Aasahan nila na aakyat ito sa Senado for the impeachment trial. So probably it's part of their strategy that by the time that it's going to happen, the Senate President, the new Senate President, would be coming from the minority to protect probably the interests of the of the Vice President.
Ba't nila kinakatakutan, Doc, si SP Soto? They are fearing his impartiality. But Senator Lauren is also, belongs to the Soto bloc.
Yes, she does belong to the Soto bloc, pero alam naman natin na it's not a monolithic bloc.
Okay.
I mean, anytime some members or few members can always change sides, depending on their interests at any given time. So, napaka-fluid yan. Kaya nga, sinusubukan ng opposition every now and then to poach some of the members of the the majority group para yung namang mag-tilt sa side nila. Oo.
Pero Prof, pagka nangyari kaya ito, are there more advantages or disadvantages? Kasi kapag ka nag-change ng leadership, magkakaroon din ng lipat bakod. What does it imply po kaya kung mangyari yun?
Well, unang-una naman yan, kumbaga man, it's a normal part of their lives in the Senate. Ganyan talaga ang buhay Napaka-fluid ng leadership change yan. Kaya nga lang yung optics it goes to show that our senators would rather prioritize their self-interest than the interest of the public. Kasi sana ang gusto ng publiko magtrabaho lang sila as lawmakers, hindi yung atupagin nila yung pamumulitika. And pagpalit ng leadership, ibig sabihin naghahanap sila yung mga senators ng leader that can serve their interest. So mukhang ang magiging optics nito o public perception, mas inuunan nila ang kanilang sarili kaysa sa interest ng bayan, yung public interest.
Pero Prof, kung sakali lang na si Senator Lauren becomes seated as the first female Senate President, yung mga interest ba na yan, pwede bang pumasok dyan yung case ng anak niya na si Congressman Leandro Leviste na very vocal din pagdating sa issue ng flood control scandal?
Well, it's going to be a milestone for the Senate as an institution. If ever, she's going to be the first. She would be the first woman or lady Senate President. Milestone yan and historic. Kaya nga lang, tingnan rin naman natin beyond that. It's possible na baka nga pumasok yun yung factor na she would be protecting she would be protecting her son. Oo. So, alam naman natin how powerful the position of the Senate President is. Even though sabihin natin na confined yan, yung kanyang powers within the legislature, pero yung enormous influence that and power that the position holds talagang would be capable of protecting her son, na kaliwat kanan yung pag-iimbestiga sa mga solar power companies. Yan, no? So, posibleng gamitin para maka-impluwensya at maprotektahan yung kanyang anak.
Pero Doc, alam naman natin, anytime tatanungin mo, no, they would always say the Senate is an independent institution, Congress will also say that. But let's face it, there is also an influence all the time from the palace, the executive. Ang tanong dito is, what does a Lauren Legarda Senate leadership, who does it benefit more? Does it benefit the Duterte side? Does it benefit Malacanang side? And why would they want to stay on the side of Malacanang pag alam natin wala pang guaranteed line of succession si PBBM in terms of endorsement? Alam naman natin Duterte side as a very powerful candidate. So ano nakikita mo dito?
Well, kung ano, if she had become the Senate President, itong ngayon, yung issue ngayon, definitely she would occupy that position with the support of the minority. At alam naman natin yung minority bloc is identified with the Duterte family, with the Vice President to be particular. Yun ang kanyang isusulong na interes pag siya ay naging pag siya ay naging Senate President. And possibly she would also her help would be sought in terms of protecting the members of the minority bloc na mayroong mga nakakasuhan, nababalita ang kakasuhan doon sa doon sa partial and draft na report ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. So yung si Escudero, si Estrada, so those people would definitely come to her and seek her assistance pagdating sa mga investigations at saka yung mga kaso. So hindi magbe-benefit ang PBBM dito administration. Oo, kasi kung ano man yung sinet nila, yung mga pinapagulong na nila ngayon, that would be jeopardized pag naging kung sakaling under the circumstances magiging Senate President si Senator Lauren Legarda.
Pero Prof, how is it going to change kaya yung direction ng Senate kung maupo si Senator Lauren and then sabihin na natin yung mga nag-withdraw doon sa Blue Ribbon Committee report, there are also rumors na hindi satisfied o hindi natutuwa yung ilang mga senador na mentioned doon sa recommended charges for corruption, for direct bribery, malversation. Pero how is it going to change kung itong mga to, ang sabi naman ni Senator Ping, undergoing preliminary investigation naman, pero kung umaayaw itong mga senador dahil lang doon sa committee report, dahil nabanggit yung pangalan nitong mga senador, so how is that going to change kung si Sen. Lauren ang mauupo?
Well, baka yung recommendation might change specifically. Kung sinasabi, kino-quote doon ng mga media reports na may mga specific na members ng minority bloc like si Senator Jinggoy, si Senator Villanueva, si Senator Chis Escudero, ilan sila yung kakasuhan. So baka yung particular recommendation na yon, pag umupo si Senator Lauren Legarda as Senate President under the circumstances, definitely either mawawala yon or babaguhin, i-revise yun so as to favor those names that we mentioned. So yun ang isang pwede mangyari. Tapos pwede rin yung legislative agenda ng Malacanang baka maapektuhan So yung the amount of support that is usually shown by the Senate under the leadership of Senate President Tito Soto might not be there anymore pag iba na ang Senate President.
Well, let's shift a little, Doc. Punta tayo sa lower house. We all know kasi you spoke of legislative agenda and the President needs also the cooperation of the lower house. Pero may tides turning na daw ngayon sa lower house. Diba? You're seeing congressmen testing the waters. Especially, may mga impeachment complaints from the President and now kay VP Sara. Ang tanong dito, let's start off with the impeachment complaint sa Vice President. Do you see this moving forward to the Senate? Do you see it getting voted in by at least one-thirds?
If we're going to base it merely on the numbers, on yung political alliance built between the majority of the congressmen, the members of the House and the president, I think it's going to be in favor of the president or against the vice president. Ano? Ang tanong lang dyan kasi, because based on what we saw in the past few days, during the deliberations by the House Committee on Justice,
Yes.
parang naging observation ng mga legal experts, parang naging napaka-stringent or mahigpit when it comes to upholding the standards, yung legal standards sa pag-apply kung kung sufficient in substance ba yung mga allegations against the president. So, ang observation ng mga legal experts is that parang sobrang stricto ng mga congressmen sa House Committee on Justice. Now, ang tanong doon, once an impeachment complaint has been filed against the Vice President and it's already being deliberated by the House Committee on Justice, are they going to apply the same level of being stringent o being strict? So, yun ang tanong doon.
Pero ang tanong, Prof, were they strict to send a message to PBBM to test his result? Kasi malapit na eh. It's 2 more years, or are they it's purely an optical illusion para hindi magalit yung taong bayan if they're pass the VP Sara impeachment to the Senate?
It's possible, they have to show to the public that they're not really so much in favor of the president o pro-admin sila, no? Parang there has to be some kind of objectivity that they had shown during the deliberations. Pero kung mga legal experts kasi sasabihin, parang hindi yata dapat ganyan yung standards. Dapat medyo lenient. Tapos yung merits of the case na, including the evidence, the authenticity, dapat sa na yan, sa Senado during the impeachment trial. So, kumbaga man, ang lumalabas, gumagawa ng palabas yung ating mga congressmen sa House Committee on Justice. Sa kunwari, sila ay walang bias, sila ay objective. Pero at the same time, they're also showing their support to the president. Oo, if you see the numbers, tawag dito, yung voting margin in dismissing the complaints for lack of substance. Oo, so talagang pabor na pabor sa presidente. Kaya nga lang, they had to strike a balance between showing their support to the president and at the same time showing to the public na they are objective, that they're not taking any sides.
Prof, dyan ngayon sinasabi na parang inaabogado raw ang Pangulo doon sa impeachment complaints laban sa kanya. Do you see this the same or same din doon sa impeachment case naman against Vice President Sara Duterte? Dalawa na ang nasubmit from party list, from civil society organizations, pero wala pa raw nakukuha talaga, natatransmit yung office ni House Speaker Bogie D. Pero should there be the transmission na nitong impeachment complaints, magkakaroon din ba ng pag-aabogado or will it proceed stronger than last year?
Well, yung pag-aabogado, ma'am, na sinasabi na nakita natin in the past few days, parang defense lawyer sila for the president. Pero baka this time around against the vice president, baka pag-aabogado pero playing the role of the prosecution. Oo. So baka yun na nga ang inaasahan ko if this is going to be a pattern in show of support for the administration, the president. Baka ipasa agad ito kahit dadaan sa committee level. Oo.
Interesting. Pero Doc, interesting you said that ipasa agad kasi ang tanong dito, let's go back in history. Panahon ni Pinoy, the late President Benigno Aquino, in last 2 years na he was talagang humina ang kapit niya kahit sa Congress, nalagasan siya ng supporters. We're at still in the first quarter. We're seeing still significant supporters for PBBM. Nakita mo ba, do you see it na malalagasan siya anytime this year as expected based on history?
Opo, actually tingin ko nalagasan na kasi the amount of support that was shown to him by the members of the House last year is not going to be the same this year. Baka yung halimbawa yung susuporta sa kanya, tawag dito, hindi na ganun karami kumpara sa mga nakaraang taon. Halimbawa, we were expecting itong mga some members of the progressive, itong Makabayan Bloc, in the first place, not to file an impeachment complaint against him, pero nag-file. Tapos in the voting, voted against him, against his interest. Oo. So binoto nila na wag sana i-dismiss kasi may substance yung second impeachment complaint
Oh.
filed by former Congresswoman Lisa Masa, no. So may mga manifestations na nabawasan yung support but not as much as his critics had expected. So nandiyan pa rin yung majority support because after all he still has control of the state resources, ano. And siya rin yung mag-a-appoint. So, meron pa rin siyang certain amount of power and influence, pero nabawasan.
All right, we have more questions pa sana sa iyo, Professor, pero we'll save it on another day. Thank you for your insights, Dr. Dennis Coronacion of the UST Department of Political Science.
Thank you.